and we will get the show on the road.
Okay.
Hey, it's Lynne Brown. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team and a teaching partner with Empowered Living. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all. The first half of my life, I spent people pleasing. And then in my spare time, I was literally trapped by the opinions of other people. I mean, it was more like living in a mental prison. And then one day, I don't really know what nudged me, but I just decided to bet on myself. I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I don't know if any of you have been there before, or you might be there today, but I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I took one step. I just took the first step in the direction of my dreams. I did not know, I didn't have a clue of how I was going to get there, but I knew why I wanted to get there. And now I'm just partnering with people who want to do the same. And so today is no different. I am super excited to introduce to you the guest for our Gritty Women podcast today. My friend, Stephanie A. Wynn, is dynamic. She is a mover and a shaker, an entrepreneur from just like you've never seen before. I mean, she maximizes that whole mindset in entrepreneurship. And so today we're going to just give it over to her. Stephanie, welcome to the Gritty Women Global Podcast, and tell us what you are most excited about today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lynn, for just having me here. I'm excited. I'm so grateful and thankful to be here. I'm just excited to be alive. I'm excited to be alive. And right now, I'm excited that I'm able to inspire and empower those who are, they're stuck. They're stuck. They have great ideas. They're passionate about what they do. They just don't know how to get started, be it entrepreneur or authorpreneur. My goal is to just help them get unstuck. And that's what I'm excited about.
Wow. That is so cool, because I'm right there with you. And I don't know if you're hearing the same thing, but a lot of my coaching clients and people that I'm working with are like, well, now with all this uncertainty, I just don't really know what I should do next. I don't know how to get from where I am now to where I want to get. And so I always ask them this question, like, well, if you did know, what would you do?
Yes.
And I think it's all about just taking that next step, just doing what you can, where you can, with what you can. So talk to us about your first shop you opened. I thought that was so amazing. Tell us about your first business jump.
So at the age of 23, I started my ice cream shop. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't even know anything about starting a business, but I had a desire in my heart. I was so passionate about learning how to open up this business, learning how to start the business, run the business. And so I signed up for a entrepreneurial academy program here in my local city. And I took this 6-week course. And when I tell you, it was amazing. Actually, it was 12 weeks. It was amazing. And that's where my entrepreneurship journey began. And so from running my ice cream shop, and again, I was 23, I was married, I had 2 children. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. And I was still working a 9-to-5 at the time. And so I was teetering. I was like just teetering the fence because I didn't know when I knew eventually I had to let this 9-to-5 go because I couldn't do both, And so I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I leveraged my business. I leveraged my 9-to-5 to build my business as an ice cream shop owner. And so I would just do everything that I could while I was working a corporate job. And back then there was no social media. So marketing was manual marketing. And women back then getting on the radio interview, it was like really, 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 really tough. It was hard unless you paid a lot of money. And, advertising and advertising alone back then was so expensive. So I would go in my community and pass out door hangers. And then, and again, it was a successful business. But one thing I did not do was I didn't create a team. And so a lot of times when you're just you're in the business and you're working the business, you're working in the business and on the business, you quickly burn out. And that's what was happening. And even though I was married, sometimes you not having the right partner although he supported me financially, but emotionally and mentally, like he was tapped out. So it's important to have a great support team. And it's important for you to create a team that believes just as much as your vision as you do. And so that's where my entrepreneurship journey began. And then that's what prompted me to write my book, Ready, Set, Go, because I was getting so many questions. Stephanie, how did you start your business? What did you do? Can you help me? And then I was like, okay, that's easy. That's simple. It's simple. But to me, it's simple and easy to me. And so that's when I said, you know what, God, I'm listening. And I was like, I don't want to coach people. I don't want to tell people. I mean, it's easy. Just go do this and go. And then I would send them I would give them the resource, but they'll end up coming back. Well, I don't know how to do that. And so that's when I said, let me get this book out. I got to get this book out and give it to the people because they need this information. And that's what prompted me to write Ready, Set, Go, a simple guide to establishing a successful small business.
Wow, that is amazing. There's so much gold in what you're saying. First of all, the first thing I heard you saying is your dream wants all of you. And,
yes.
You cannot afford to have negative energy, negative thoughts, negative people
Right.
Interjecting into that dream. So it is very important that you surround yourself with people who get you. And I think that clarity, like you were saying, you were so clear on what you wanted, that you were able to explain that to other people. I think people have to see evidence of your dream somewhere in your life.
Yes.
I always ask people, now, if I came to your house today or in your office, would there be evidence of your dream?
Yes.
Is there something like I see your whiteboard, right now? I mean, I just saw that, but is there evidence of your dream? Do people know what you're after? And then the other thing is, yes, sometimes we can't replace some people that are closest to us, but we certainly reset our minds on what we will allow and understand too, that just for the home team and for everybody out there, the people that are around you, they are honestly doing the best they can from where they are at the level of awareness. So we still cannot let that be a reason that holds us back. Well, I don't have the support. But I think the number one thing you said is one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. And we do have some support. And this is the one thing that we do, with our podcast, is this global, Gritty Women Mindset podcast, is for people to hear from people just like you. Or where you were there and now you are here.
Yes.
And you're on the way to where you're going. You're not there. I know, you're going to tell us there are other things that you want to do and how you want to grow. But so you have, you're entrepreneur and you're entrepreneur and you help people. You've written your book, Ready, Set, Go. So it's a great guide for people and a simple next step.
Yes. The reason why I made it a simple guide is because we're living in a time where people, they want something quick and they want something simplistic, not complex. So I truly believe you have to meet people where they are. We don't have to make it so complex. I've read many business self-help books. They give you a little bit of this. Okay, this is what you do. Okay, now pick up my other book. And then I'll tell you the rest of it.
Get the next part of the sentence.
You get the next. And so I'm like, I'm not doing that for my people, for my audience. I want to give them everything. Give them what they need where they are. And I think they will appreciate that so much more when you give them the information. They will organically come and they'll want more from you and of you. And then they'll tell their friends, hey, go pick up this guide. You got to get this guide. It's amazing, And so my goal it wasn't to write the book my book is to make a difference in the lives of other people who want to start their business. And again, my book isn't for everybody. It's for somebody, but not everybody. And I think as entrepreneurs, when we start a business and we just sell to everybody. And I think that, and then they get frustrated because they don't have a strategic marketing plan. They haven't planned the marketing part out. And a lot of people are afraid of marketing. They think it's difficult. I got to market this. It's just so much. No, because it's so much because you're selling to everybody, and everybody don't want your product and or service that you're selling. So you have to really niche down who your target audience is. And those are the people who you have to impact the most, even if it's just one person. I did a 12-month book tour, and my goal it was to sell books, but my goal was to build relationships with the people, to get my information, get my story out there so people can understand that as you're going through this journey, there are going to be distractions. Some distractions are going to be big, some are going to be small. As I was writing my book, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And so I had to stop what I was doing to take care of me, to get me right, because I can't be anything to anybody. I can't empower, I can't inspire, I can't motivate anyone if I'm sick. So I had to get Stephanie right first. And that's so vital. That is so vital.
It certainly is, because we cannot give what we do not have. And
Yes.
I think so often we just want to jump to the thing, and we, without looking at our systems around us, and
Yes.
and health, financial health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, and professional, personal growth is so
Yes.
important. I mean, even I'm finding now that the more, people I talk to, oftentimes people just start their day and their day owns them, rather than even just thinking about the first 30 minutes of the day, and how impactful that is,
Yes.
for your dream and what you want to achieve. And
Yes.
so, how do you start your day? I'm always just fascinated with people that are living such lives of significance. How do you start your day? What's the first 30 minutes like?
So my day starts at 4 a.m. every morning, and I meditate and I pray. I take 2 hours to really get it together. That's my time to get my thoughts right. I tune out everything. My phone is always on. I turn it on night. I think it's like bedtime, so it doesn't come back on until like 6:40 in the morning. Wow. And so from 4 to 6, that's my time to get my mind right and clear. I do affirmations. I tell myself positive affirmations every morning, that I'm beautiful, that I'm strong, that I will make it. I will not die. I am, like you have to feed yourself that. You have to put in the positivity, because negativity lingers longer than positivity. So as individuals and humans, we have to make sure we continue. We can't wait for somebody else to tell us that we're beautiful and that we're amazing and that we're strong. That's right. We have to constantly feed ourselves that, and we have to believe that. And so when we believe that, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or say. And so I do this every morning. As you can see, you can probably see my vision boards in the back. Yeah. I mean, that's 300 items to accomplish for 2020, but in my bathroom, I have Post-it notes everywhere. I am amazing, and I'm going to be great today. And I tell myself that you're going to be great today. You're going to be stronger than you were yesterday. You're going to laugh. You're going to smile. And even if you laugh until you cry, and you're going to make today, and it's going to be a powerful day. You have to, because if not, what's the alternative? What's the alternative?
I know, just living asleep. There's so many people that are just walking zombies, and they don't even, and God love them, because I was there the first half of my life. I laugh a lot. I'm a person of faith also. And I love the story of the Bible about the man by the pool. They said 38 years he lay there. And and one day I added up the time that I was truly trapped by people pleasing. And it was something like, it was more than 39 years. And I was like, oh my stars, I beat the man by the pool. I was stuck in longer than he was. But, at some point we do have to we do have to take action, and we do have to
Yes.
get up, and we do have to pick up our mat and clean up our mess. And we have to run, toward the things that scare us, and we have to destroy those limiting beliefs. I mean, I sat in church the first half of my life, but I did not believe, I didn't believe what I was hearing.
Yes.
And it was useless. And some people might get offended with that.
Yes.
I'm not going to apologize for it. I sat there thinking my life is just what it is. I did not know that I could create a new life.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, not without God. So that's just a given, so just people, I don't want anybody to think, oh, that Lynn, she thinks she's just, a robot or something. No, I'm a mess, but made by a master. So
yes, that's right.
Wow. Well, tell the world, how can people connect with you?
So they can connect with me. My website. So our business website is www.j as in John, A as in Apple, ND, JN, S as in Sam. So it's jnscommunications.com. That's our branding, marketing, and business development website. And then I also have my other website, which is Stephanie, STEPHANIE, A as in Apple, Wynn, WYNN.com. So StephanieAWynn.com. And I'm on Facebook, Stephanie A. Wynn. I'm on Instagram, Stephanie A. Wynn. And my business page is JNS Communications.
Awesome. Okay. And I know when we publish the podcast, your bio will be linked to that and all the social media that we put out. So, all of our viewers will be able to have access to it as well.
Yes.
So I'm curious, what does the A stand for?
Ann.
Stephanie
Ann. So my oldest brother named me.
Stephanie Ann. I can just hear now. Stephanie Ann, get in this house. Stephanie Ann. Oh, that's pretty.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. And one last thing, when you saw the invite to be able to be a guest here, and it was the Gritty Women, Global Podcast. What about Gritty? G is for obviously gratitude, R resilience, I is for inspire. The 2 T's are think tough, and Y is you do you. What just resonated with your heart?
What resonated with me was resilience, because again, I've gone through so much, and I had to be resilient because I have work to do. We go through a lot, and I tell people all the time, you're not going through this just because woe is me. You're going through this because this is something that you have to grow through. We go through things to grow through them, and then we have to make a difference in the lives of other people. This is not about you. This life isn't about us. It's about helping the people that are less fortunate. And so I resonated with resilience because that's who I am. I am resilient. I was on my deathbed, and I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat because of this condition. But let me tell you something. I don't let this condition define who I am. And I'll tell everybody out there, no matter what you're going through right now in your life, we're in some times where we don't know, it's uncertain. But what I do know is that this is the time to get it together. Either you're going to get your business started, you're going to write that book, or you're going to do something positive, because time will do one or two things. It will either promote you or it will demote you. Thank you for having me. And I am Stephanie A. Wynn.
Wow. Thank you so much, Stephanie. That was so powerful. And it's so true. I love that. Time will promote or demote you. And we all have the same amount of time.
Yes.
I think 525,000 minutes in a year. And, what are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? So we've all been given this global snow day or global, day home from work or school or whatever. And how we invest in ourselves during this time will determine the outcome.
Yes.
So the world needs us at our best. There's no doubt.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Yes. I love that resilience. I love that you're gritty, and gritty is the new strong. It's the new pretty. And we're going to fall down 100 times, but we're going to grit up 200 times. So
that's right.
We will fail forward to success.
That's right. And thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful week.
Well, I will, and you too. I look forward to seeing you soon. And
Okay.
thanks again for speaking into our community today.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon.